All right, today we are exploring a truly paradigm-shifting concept, straight from Thomas Alethea's book, 12 Steps to a Good Life. We're unpacking independence versus synergisity, enhancing autonomy through collaboration. It's a framework that completely shifts how we view our own personal power. Basically, we're looking at how we can actually enhance our autonomy, not by isolating ourselves, but through strategic, meaningful collaboration. So if you've ever felt like carrying the weight of the world on your own shoulders is the only way to be truly free, well, this explainer is going to totally change how you look at your life.
Let's just be honest with ourselves for a second. Are you trying to do everything alone? I mean, in our modern hustle culture, we're constantly told that success means this fierce, unyielding independence. We fiercely protect our autonomy, right? We build these massive walls around our projects, our goals, our responsibilities. But let's look at the secret cost of that: sheer exhaustion and burnout. We literally run ourselves into the ground trying to prove we don't need anybody else. We kind of think relying on others is a weakness or maybe a threat to our freedom. But what if that exact mindset is what's holding us back?
Let's get right into Section 1, the perennial struggle between freedom and responsibility.
So we are caught in this deep internal paradox. The book puts it like this: you desire total freedom, yet you struggle with the burden of responsibility. Really think about that for a moment. We want total autonomy. We want to be the sole authors of our destiny. But with that ultimate freedom comes this crushing, super isolating weight of having to make every single right decision entirely on your own. When you're the absolute only one steering the ship, every single storm feels like it's 100% your fault. And honestly, that pressure can become absolutely overwhelming.
And that brings us to another layer of this perennial struggle. We naturally yearn to belong to something greater, but we deeply fear the loss of our individuality. Our ego plays tricks on us, doesn't it? It whispers that community, teamwork, reliance on others, that those are direct threats to our freedom. So we crave connection on a primal level, but we resist conformity so intensely that we end up pushing away the exact people who could help us thrive. It's like we trap ourselves in a box of our own making, falsely believing that isolation somehow equals independence.
Which leads us to Section 2, the limits of independence. If you operate purely from what we'll call the independence perspective, your brain is just constantly firing off these relentless questions. How can I assert my autonomy? How can I make decisions without relying on others? What steps ensure self-reliance? How do I protect my individuality? Notice the focus here. It is entirely on the I. When you're constantly playing defense, just trying to guard your freedom from outside influence, you absolutely drain your own energy. It completely limits your effectiveness because you're focused on protection, not creation or growth. You're literally burning calories just trying to keep the walls up.
And the hard truth is that running your life by and for yourself provides, at best, limited results. Now, I want to reassure you, the desire for independence is completely natural. Being independent and autonomous is incredibly valuable. Being able to stand on your own 2 feet is a great trait, for sure. But trying to do everything entirely alone, using that as your absolute only operating system, that's a trap. The source material is super clear on this. Your individual capacity has a ceiling. If you only ever rely on yourself, you're only ever going to achieve what one single person can achieve.
So let's look at the solution in Section 3, the power of synergisity. So what exactly is synergisity? Well, it's a higher level perspective. It's this powerful realization that teaming up and deliberately looking for win-win collaborations actually enhances your power and efficiency rather than replacing your independence. This directly combats that deep fear we just talked about. You don't lose your individuality when you collaborate, you actually amplify it. You keep your freedom, but by linking your unique skills with the strengths of others, you get vastly more done. It's not about becoming some mindless cog in a machine, it's about becoming a powerful, active node in an unstoppable network.
Moving right along to Section 4, freedom through collaboration. Think of independence as a closed fist. Defensive, asserting autonomy, strictly self-reliant, fiercely protecting individuality. Synergisticity, on the other hand, is an open hand. It's expansive. It's focused on win-win collaboration, shared success, and mutual support. Moving from that isolating I to the collaborative we isn't a downgrade of your personal power at all. It is an incredible upgrade. It's literally moving from simple addition to exponential multiplication. To actually make this shift, we have to change the questions we ask ourselves. Instead of those exhausting, defensive questions, the synergistic perspective asks actionable ones. Like, how can we make this a win-win? In what ways can I work collectively? What steps encourage shared success? And how can I ensure mutual support?
Just take a second to really let those sink in. Seriously, what would your life look like? What would your projects look like if these were the first questions you asked when faced with a challenge? This is exactly how you move from theory into actual, life-changing practice.
All right, on to Section 5, a win-win mindset.
The source text draws on some fascinating psychological data regarding what it calls life positions. Basically, to reach true win-win synergy, you absolutely must operate from the healthiest position, which is, I'm okay and you're okay. This just means you feel good about your own value and you equally respect the value of others. If you operate from I'm okay and you're not okay, seeing others as damaged or, less than yourself, you'll just end up micromanaging and patronizing people. And on the flip side, if you feel inferior, like I'm not okay and you're okay, you'll unconsciously accept abuse and act as a victim. Synergisity absolutely demands that mutual respect found only in the I'm okay and you're okay position.
And this mutual respect naturally extends to how we communicate. True conversation is an authentic exchange, not a competition to see who can dominate or win. Think about it. If you view every interaction as a battle of wits where you just have to prove your independence and superiority, you completely destroy any chance of synergy. Synergy requires actively finding mutually beneficial solutions rather than competing with your own allies. You kind of have to lay down your ego to build something much greater together.
And honestly, this isn't just modern psychology. It is timeless wisdom. The author grounds the concept of synergisity in historical texts, quoting Ecclesiastes, "Two are better than one because they have a good reward for their labor." For thousands of years, humans have recognized that while independence is a really important stage of growth, interdependence, synergy, is the ultimate state of human flourishing. It's a proven timeless value. When one person falls, the other can lift them right back up. I mean, try doing that completely alone.
This beautiful concept aligns perfectly with the culmination of the author's framework, which is Step 12, do whatever you can to improve the lives of others without asking for reward or recognition. Living a synergistic life naturally pushes you toward this final step. When you link your actions to a greater good, to a truly shared success, it vastly multiplies your motivation and your overall effectiveness. You aren't just working for your own limited results anymore, you're actively making the world better. And paradoxically, by helping others, your own life becomes immeasurably richer and, yes, even more autonomous.
So what should you really take away from all of this? Well, your life is your own hero's journey. But remember, the greatest heroes don't slay the dragon alone. They have allies, mentors, and companions. Synergisticity is the realization that teaming up is what actually makes your journey triumphant. It is the ultimate upgrade to your independence. So I'm going to leave you with this final provocative thought to carry with you today. Who will you invite into your hero's journey? Think about that for a bit. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I really hope it sparks a bold, new, collaborative chapter in your life.